I was at my senator's office the other day, and they know a little bit about what I do and that I have another YouTube channel that has over 500,000 subscribers. And they were kind of asking me about internet censorship and YouTube, Google, that kind of stuff, all the people being kicked off. And I did a video a few days ago about E. Michael Jones getting banned. So today I'm going to do another one about one of my favorite guys getting banned, Roosh V. Now, I was telling the people at the senator's office about when it comes to censorship and people getting kicked off of YouTube, one of the things that I brought up, and maybe this is something I could get more in depth in a future video, I brought up, notice that Ben Shapiro, not only has he not been kicked off of YouTube, he's not even been demonetized. And of course, that's because he's an establishment shill, and I was kind of explaining some of that to them. And I was also explaining some of how corporations work and the motivation behind corporations, how it's not just money. And they were actually very interested in what I had to say, but of course these are somewhat normies, so I have to be a little bit careful. I can't give them too much too soon. But one of my favorite guys, Roosh V, just got banned. Now, Roosh V, if you don't know who this guy is, he was a pickup artist. He would write books instructing men how to go around and hook up with girls. And I started following him a couple years ago when he started to move away from that. And he was doing his live stream that was getting quite popular. And a lot of it was just commentary on our culture. And he was saying a lot of things that I certainly know to be true, so it's not news to me, but he had this really great way of explaining it to people. And there were so many people that were catching on to what he was saying and learning the reality about certain things. And sure enough, he got the boot the other day from YouTube, and that was a long time coming. It's kind of surprising that he made it this long. I remember back when they booted Alex Jones off and people said, it's only Alex Jones that's not allowed, everyone else. And now they don't make any pretense that they're a free speech platform. You don't have to violate any kind of guidelines, of course. They will just kick you off if you don't like what they're saying or like the agenda. And last night, the movie Demolition Man was on TV. And this movie, it's amazing. It plays like a straight up documentary now. And this movie, it gets so much more relevant as the years go on. But some of the main themes of it are brainwashing and mind control, corporate monopolies. And if you see the movie, the only restaurant that's allowed is Taco Bell. And it gets into other areas of trying to control the narrative, trying to create fear and chaos. They let prisoners out of jail. Does this sound familiar, like anything that's happened in our recent society? Let the prisoners create out of jail, and they're creating chaos, creating fear. And the guy that controls the society, that created this supposedly nice society, he's behind this, and he doesn't care that people is getting murdered. He loves it because it's creating all this chaos and fear in people, which in the movie he says, this is going to give me carte blanche to create the perfect society that I want. And if you were listening to some of Roosh's streams, he had a very good way of explaining this to people. But anyways, I guess I didn't finish who Roosh actually is. He was this pickup artist, and then he started to move away from that to commentary on culture. And then eventually, I think this had something to do with the death of his sister, he became a Christian. And I think he wrote on his personal blog that he was on YouTube 14 years when he was promoting promiscuity, but he lasted less than 1 year on YouTube after becoming a Christian. There you go again. It gets into controlling that narrative, not wanting certain people out there, not wanting to get the message out, and they don't want people like us to have the freedom of choice to see what we want to see. So I just want to bring some of this to you guys' attention. Certainly it's kind of sad, but this is what needs to be done. The reality that we're all going to have to face up to is that things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. And you have to be mentally prepared for some of this. I know a lot of you guys know what I'm saying. I know Roosh personally was prepared for this, but still doesn't make the blow any softer when it does come, I know. And I remember I was kind of talking to Roosh a little bit through email about a year and a half ago, and he saw my channel, my other channel, how it has the verified check mark. And he was saying, oh man, you got the verified check mark. I want that too. Because it gives you a little bit more validity when you comment on something, at least in the perception of the people reading it or people seeing your content. He said, oh man, I want that. And I said, oh, don't worry there, man, you'll get there. And he had about 60,000 subscribers. He was growing steadily. And here's another main point that I shouldn't leave out. YouTube, how they have their things set up, they don't want you to have control of your list of followers. If you know internet marketing, there's an old saying, the money is in the list. And what the money is in the list actually means is you'll get the money if you get access to someone's email address. And that way you could directly market to them, and especially if they're already bought from you, they're more likely to buy from you again, so you can let them know, hey, you liked my other product, here's another one. But what YouTube wants, they control your list. Think about this. I have over 500,000 subscribers on my other channel. I don't have access to any of their email addresses, so if they delete my channel, I can't even let people know about it. That's what YouTube actually wants. They want to control access to your audience. You built the audience, you created the audience, but they don't want you to actually have control and access to that. They want to keep all that information and control it and leave you with nothing. So my friends, hang in there, fight the good fight. Say your prayers, live a healthy lifestyle. That's actually what they don't want you to do as well, because we have all this fear, all this distractions, all this chaos going on, and you forget about actually working on yourself. It's keeping you where your wheels are spinning. So get out there and just do the simple things, and be sure to also enjoy your life.